You're watching Capital Connection from the Illinois State Capitol.
I don't disagree with them that different areas of the state require different rules during this time.
Governor Pritzker was responding there to a letter from the 5 Illinois Republicans in Congress. That April 30th letter reading in part, the greater threat looming over Illinois is the collapse of our economy if your stay-at-home order continues in its current form. The letter reads, it's unreasonable and untenable to continue on this course for the duration of the pandemic. Joining us now is one of those 5 Illinois Republicans, Congressman Rodney Davis, who sits on the White House Commission to Reopen America. Congressman joining us from his home in Taylorville. Good to have you with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Mark.
I want to start with asking you about that letter. Some of the first economic data we've seen suggests that customers were already starting to avoid stores and places of public business and crowded events even before governments started to crack down and tell people to stay home. So if we lifted all restrictions right now, and I recognize you're not calling for that just yet, but if we were to do that, how do we even know there would be a swift economic recovery if people don't know it's safe to go out?
Well, we don't know that. First off, I want to say thank you to my colleague Adam Kinzinger for leading that letter in April. And keep in mind that letter was put out before the governor's most recent executive order that was released later that same day. As a matter of fact, I want to thank the governor for implementing some procedures to open up parts of our economy, starting with our healthcare economy. He realized and recognized and took the advice of people like me, who said we ought to be able to get our clinics and our hospitals open to what he considered elective surgeries that others may consider life-saving procedures. He did listen to me. He did open those parts of our economy, and it's going to allow people to get treated for diseases that we know how to treat because they're too scared to go into a facility, or there might not be a doctor available to see them. Similarly, when you talk about opening our economy, yes, people are scared right now. But as we learn more and more about this disease, we've got to be able to take a regional approach to allow our economy to rebound once again, because people are hurting and they need to be able to feed their families too.
The governor's plan includes 5 phases, not 3 like Dr. Fauci, and the timeline is a minimum of 28 days to jump from phase 2 to phase 3, another 28 days to jump from phase 3 to phase 4. Dr. Fauci has a 14-day timeline in declining coronavirus metrics, where the governor wants to see 28 days of declining or stable. Is that an acceptable timeline to you, considering that bars and restaurants would not be able to allow anyone, and when they could, just a limited capacity in their doors at the soonest June 25th? Can you live with that timeline?
Well, I certainly hope that the governor can reconsider that and be more consistent with federal guidelines, as he has been and his administration has been in the past. I echo the concerns of our Republican leader, Bill Brady, who brought up the 14-day versus the 28-day issue. But also, when you're that prescriptive on days, you take out that flexibility of a regional approach that should and could be taken. Remember, we sent our letter on April 30th. The governor issued a new executive order with new guidance and partial opening of parts of our economy on April 30th. Now he has taken a regional approach, but that regional approach is going to be limited by the lines that he drew and by the prescriptive guidance of 28 days versus 14 days at a time when we're going to see testing capacity continue to rise. And when testing capacity continues to rise, the amount of positive tests continue to go up too. At that point, how do we ever get to the future phase of phase 5 and begin reopening our economy as a whole? They were not part of the essential workforce. So we're learning more and more about this disease every day, and we've got to have the flexibility to adapt. And I'm afraid the governor's phased approach is too inflexible for us to be able to adapt to new things that we're learning about the fight against COVID.
Yeah, it's certainly going to change our conscience in the way we think about preparing for a pandemic, and we look forward to hearing from you and your other colleagues across the aisle and around the state about ways to prepare in the event, God forbid, that something of this scale or magnitude should rear its head again in the future. Congressman Davis, one of the better backdrops, I got to say, of many of our guests joining us there. It looks like a peaceful day outdoors. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, we're back in just a moment.